It was another sterling performance for Tom Brady in yesterday's 33-8 thrashing of the Oakland Raiders in Mexico City. The 40-year-old quarterback completed 30 of 37 passes for 339 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win as the Patriots notched their 6th straight victory to improve to 8-2 on the season. When asked on Monday morning's weekly appearance on Wade's Kirk and Callahan show as to why both he has been so dominant over the course of his career, Brady, who was on his way to Gillette Stadium, said he was not sure if other quarterbacks have the drive to go right back to work coming off a long road trip. "I have no idea. I mean, I know what works for me, the routine," he said. "I'm pretty efficient with what I do. I think you can always dig deeper in this offense and always dig deeper into the defenses that we are facing. Really, because of the continuity of our system, our team, our coaches, we have a lot at our disposal every week. I think it's tough on an opposing defense because we have a great library of offense and we try to figure out our matchups based on our personnel, and there's flexibility within our offense when guys go out." At one point yesterday, Danny Amendola was in the locker room in the third quarter. "We had 2 receivers left, Brandon Cooks and Philip Dorsett, neither of whom played on our team last year. We have 4 tight ends and 4 backs. So a lot of the offense just morphed into what it needed to be. Danny came back again. We changed some things up. That's the point of the football season," Brady added. "You're always going to be challenged at different positions with depth and injuries and so forth, different matchups, and you've got to have enough versatility to still win, move the ball and score points, even when you might not be in the most ideal situation personnel-wise. That changes over the course of a long 4 months of football. We're coming into the most important time of the year, really, when the best teams start to separate themselves. We've put ourselves in a decent position, but 5 of 6 games against AFC East opponents and we have to play our best football." When it comes to his personal ability to play efficiently and avoid mistakes, he said there isn't just one reason. "It's a lot of factors. There's a lot of things that are happening quick," he said. "Again, when you've played football for as long as I have, it's very instinctive. I've seen everything. I've made a lot of mistakes over the course of my career, and I've learned from those mistakes and you try not to make those mistakes again. If I'm going to make a mistake, hopefully, again, it's like an incomplete pass. That's a mistake for me, as opposed to firing it into triple coverage on a play where, based on my experience, I know this is going to be a really low reward, high risk type of play. I think you've got to make plays over the course of the game that kind of mitigate risk. But there's times when you've got to take chances, and that's happened a few times this year, too, where we've been behind late in the games and you've got to try to make a certain type of play where you know, oh, there's probably a decent chance that they're going to make a play on the ball, too. But that's part of playing smart football." Brady touched on a few other issues during the interview, when asked about a recent ESPN article in which Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones questioned Robert Kraft's toughness in regards to the Patriots owner's approach to Deflategate. Brady deferred. "I have no comment on that," Brady said. "I try to put things in a rearview mirror and move on." Brady was also non-committal on just how much the team staying in the high altitude of the Air Force Academy the week leading up to the Raiders game helped in Mexico City. "It was hard to say," he said. "It was a good experience being out there at the Air Force Academy. Because it cut down on some of the travel and obviously with the elevation, it was new for all of us to experience. I'm glad we put it together on Sunday. The opponent is always the team you're facing, not the elevation or the weather conditions or the refs or the fans. It's always the opponents. I'm just really glad we focused on what we needed to do to win the game, as opposed to some external things where there's some stuff made of that. But what really counts is how we go out and play. As the team sports a perfect record on the road this season," Brady spoke to the ability of the team to go into hostile environments and come away victorious. "I'm really proud of us winning on the road," he said. "That's a hard thing to do. It's been a while since we've lost. It just doesn't magically happen. Going on the road and winning in the NFL is always tough. We've just always got to find ways to win. The game plans are always a little bit different. Yesterday's game plan was a little different than it was against Denver because you face a different